Hello. Hello. Hope everyone's well. See if anyone joins. And definitely is going to join me in a minute. And we're going to have a chat about Tottenham. Hopefully people join. And we'll just see how things go. Let's have a look. Has entered the studio. Yeah, there we go.
There we go.
Hey, mate, how are you?
I'm not too bad, fella. How are you doing this fine evening?
Yeah, very good, thank you.
Nice one.
Hopefully people join and we'll just see how things go. But if not, we can still have a chat about Tottenham and stuff. So
Exactly, mate. That's what we're here for at the end of the day. We're chatting about the club that we love and hate.
exactly. Love and hate all in one go. How are you doing anyway?
Oh, I'm not too bad, mate. Just had some dinner. Just been playing my guitar here. You know, that's about it. What about you, mate? What have you been up to?
Not a lot. I took my boy to football training earlier and just been chilling ever since really. And I thought pretty bored actually. So I thought I'll just thought it'd be a good idea to do a live stream and hopefully people join. And I thought I'll message you, see if you're up for it.
Absolutely, mate. I'm
just see how it's like because I had a look and no one seems to be live tonight. So I thought him might be my opportunity just to do a live.
Exactly, mate. I'm gonna pop the link to a few people, see if they wanna hop on, give it a little watch.
Who's that to?
I've just sent it to you know who. I'm gonna send it to my ex's stepdad as well. He likes tuning into Spurs shows, you know.
Well, I messaged Guy earlier and see if he wanted to come on, and he's at the cinema, so I didn't. So he said another time. But so yeah. So how are you? Have you recovered from the other day?
Yeah, mate. Yeah, don't you worry. It's still fresh in the mind, but you know, Atletico Madrid, we were never going to get anything from that. You know, so it doesn't really matter too much in the long run of things. But it's more like the bigger picture of these performances just getting worse and worse and worse. That's my main concern with the whole thing. So yeah, that's just how it is sometimes, man. You gotta look at the result, you gotta look at the performance, and you gotta just see how bad it is and accept the reality that's in front of you.
Exactly. What made me feel a lot better actually from the other game is that the English teams in the Champions League, they all got battered pretty much, didn't they?
Yeah, I was watching all the highlights today, and I saw Chelsea at PSG, and they were having stinkers at the back as well, just like us. So you know, it wasn't anything that was too untoward what we did, but still, it's pretty bad stuff. You know what we saw there on the pitch.
Well, we fell apart in the first 16 minutes, and Chelsea fell apart in the last 16 minutes, and their keeper made a couple of errors as well.
Quite right, mate. Quite right. I wonder if was it their regular keeper that was playing for them, Chelsea?
Oh, that's the thing. Sanchez is their regular keeper, but the last few games he's been dropped, and Jorgensen has been playing.
I see. And is Jorgensen, has he proven to be much better?
Not really. No, I think to be honest, I think all their keepers are pretty dire, to be honest. But we can't really talk because our keeper's even worse.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's just basically what it is. Oh, we've already got a few comments. You want to bring them up? I think the first one's aimed towards you, Anthony, because
it's my missus.
Yeah, thought it might be, brother. Thought it might be.
So she said, "Hey," but yeah. So I'll put this one up. So that's from Milton. Spence tapping Eder to get acknowledgement, but Spence and VDV refused to acknowledge Thomas Frank. Double standards of our players. Our team are full of sport rich brats. To be honest, when I see that on TNT the other day about Spence tapping on Tudor's shoulder, I didn't see it. That's what he said on commentary. I was a bit like fair play to him, but then Milton's actually makes perfect sense. Actually,
really good.
Thomas Frank was trying to get the attention of the players. Spence and VDV totally ignored him.
it is a really, really good point. And I think Thomas Frank, that was basically the moment he lost the players, because I think what Frank should have done in that moment is basically turn around, give him a clap round the ear, you know, for such a thing, you know, maybe not literally, but figuratively, you know, if he's the manager, he's the boss, he's number one, right? What he needs to do after that is basically stop them and say, hang on a minute, you ain't in charge here. I'm in charge. You're gonna respect me. You're gonna listen to me. And he should have given them an earful right there in front of everyone, in front of all the fans. Because if they're gonna do that in front of the fans to him, then he has no choice but to react, basically, because he's the boss. He's number one.
The trouble is, players have too much power nowadays, and you can imagine if they had a bust up with Frank would have been out the door before any of the players, wouldn't they?
100%, 100%. Yeah. That's the way it is in football these days, you know.
Milton's also. Sorry, carry on. What we saying? Carry on.
Oh, just to focus on the game, yeah. Just, I mean, if his focus was on the game, then that says more about him than anything. Because if his focus is on the game and we see the shit that he dished up there, then I don't know if we want his focus to be on any more games. You know.
Are you on about this comment here from Milton? Yeah.
Yeah.
Not a fan of Tudor, but he was focused on the game. But to be honest, he doesn't even. The thing is, he doesn't even acknowledge the players, doesn't acknowledge the fans, doesn't even go over to the fans and clap them. I think he's in it for himself, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at that, I mean, I don't even know what he's here for. You know, he's meant to be a firefighter, and he's had 4 games, 4 losses. It's just not acceptable. He's the manager. The job is now on his shoulders, and if he's not doing it, then he's not doing it. He needs to go. Simple as that. Simple as that. The players are never held accountable. That's the next comment. You click on that one. He's right about that. Players are not held accountable. But it's his job. It's his job to hold them accountable. And you could say maybe by him ignoring them, he is holding them accountable. But I think a proper way to hold them accountable would be to basically acknowledge them, but also give them a bollocking, you know, in front of everyone. Yeah. If they're not going to perform, they need to be made an example of that. It's not acceptable, basically. You know, he needs to sort of find this balance between sort of showing them that they're capable of playing football, but also not letting them get away with these piss poor performances. But it's a bit of a fine line to walk, I think, for him, and he's not walking it, so he's not doing his job.
I think his style is a bit like tough love, like old school style. Yeah, and a lot of these players, they're a bunch of pansies if you think about it. And they're like, and it's not just the Spurs players; it's all players. They don't like that tough love anymore. They like to be like arm around the shoulder, nurtured and stuff like that. And and then unfortunately, that's the game's changed now. It's not like that anymore. Like with the, you know, players need an arm around the shoulder. They're not like back in the day where the manager would just bollock them.
Yeah, it is how it is, man. I think football management has changed. It's gotten to be sort of quite an ordeal, quite a complicated thing. You have to deal with all these sort of the man management with these prima donnas, you know, who think that they're better than what they are. You have to deal with these quote unquote data points, you know. These kind of things. You have to deal with so much. You have to deal with all the social media talk as well, you know, about whether you're going to lose your job because you've lost 2 games in a row, all these kinds of things. But at the end of the day, when you are a manager, your part of your job now is dealing with all that. And if you can't deal with all that, then you're not managing correctly. That's how it is.
Exactly. So it's always the manager's fault. But at the end of the day, who's responsible for the shit show is the board. Yeah, to be honest, they should never have hired Tudor in the first place. And I honestly believe, like, obviously, Daniel Levy had all these faults. But I honestly believe that if he was still here, we wouldn't be in the mess we are in. I don't know if you saw I don't know if you heard the Talk Sport interview earlier with Harry Redknapp, and he said Daniel Levy phoned him and actually said that if he was still in if he was still at Tottenham, he would have actually given Redknapp the job to the end of the season.
Yeah. I think I was calling for Redknapp, so I can't really sort of disagree with that. But when I do think about it with my head rather than my heart, I'll go for someone that's sort of more recent in managerial history, like maybe a Shirt who knows the club, or some people said Jermaine Defoe, give him a shout. And even though he ain't got experience at the top level, I'll go back to my Edin Terzic example.
Yeah.
He didn't have managerial experience at the top level, but he knew the club. He came in and he won them a cup. And if that can happen, then why can't it happen to another club? That's what I'm thinking of that.
I think over here it doesn't work as much. I just think there's so much pressure over here, and if results start going against you, then the fans they're less patient over here.
Yeah, that's also true. I mean, you can't blame them for being a little bit impatient though with the shit that we've been seeing for the past few years. That's the thing with them, isn't it?
I know, but as fans, we don't really know what we want.
We don't know what we want. We say we want a win now manager like Conte. Conte comes in, wins us football matches, and we complain he's playing boring football. That is the way that we do things at Tottenham Hotspur.
Exactly, yeah. Milton, if you haven't subscribed to definitely Spurs TV,
Yeah, definitely Spurs TV. That's my football
subscribe to definitely Spurs TV. Go over there. Decent guy. Does some decent stuff as well. So what are you thinking about this weekend?
What, Sunday, Liverpool?
Yeah, Liverpool.
Oof. Well, that's already gone, isn't it? We can't really say. We never get. The last time we won there was 2011, and Rafa van der Vaart and Luka Modric scored the goals. So that says everything about Anfield for you, doesn't it?
I remember a few years ago, we played them, and it made me laugh. Actually, I was gutted as well, but it made me laugh. And when we were 3-0 down against them within the first 15 minutes or
I remember that game, and then we somehow pulled it back and then conceded in the last seconds.
It was typical Tottenham to get back to 3-0 to blow it again straight away.
Yeah, I mean, I've never seen anything like it, honestly, mate. I've never seen such a bottle job at the end of things there. You pull yourself level and then you go and do that. It's not a nightmare, man. It's complete shithousery. Yeah, I don't know. I think basically Liverpool are not really the team that they were last season. So I don't think it's going to be a complete and utter battering, but I can see it being a 3-1, 2-1 type thing.
Are you able to put your link in the channel, or is there a way for me to do that?
Yeah, I'll get on that. Let me just give me a second. I'll have a butcher's. I'm 28 subscribers now, slowly but surely. Yeah,
I know. I've got 56 now.
Yeah, man, that's the thing. You start off small, but then the longer you go on, the more it will hopefully grow. So that's the thing. Appreciate anyone who subscribes to my channel. Appreciate anyone who tunes into the shows I do with Anthony. But yeah, I mean, all we can really do is sit here and talk about how shit things are at the club, how shit they run things, and just how it doesn't look like it's going to get better.
Well, everyone who's in, we're both new to this, so bear with us, but it'll be much appreciated if you like and subscribe. Whoever's in at the moment, much appreciated. Both of us, that'd be great. Yeah, and obviously we do shows together, but we also do our own stuff as well, so that'll be cool. What do you think about Tudor still being there? Are you surprised he's still a manager?
I'm not really surprised, because this board they act too late, don't they? I mean, they waited far too long to sack Thomas Frank. I said he should have been gone after that Nottingham Forest defeat, I think we could have all seen that it wasn't going to work out after that. But honestly, I think that we just need to sack Tudor as soon as possible, because he's come in to be a firefighter, and all he's done is thrown fuel onto the flames. He's not shown to be what we thought he was going to be for us, or I don't know. I don't think anyone thought he was going to be that for us. We more hoped he was going to be that for us, didn't we?
I had a debate with my mate. I'm on a football WhatsApp group, and when I said about Tudor coming in, he showed me his record. He doesn't last long at jobs,
Yeah.
and I showed him his record that he doesn't last long because he's like a sort of guy, a manager that goes into jobs to try and help clubs. So he's not actually there for long, and his record in that time isn't actually that bad.
Yeah.
So I thought he'll do a good job, but he's never done the Premier League before, so that's the issue.
Yeah, that was always a concern. Lack of Premier League experience. The fact that I think was he Juve manager beforehand or wherever he was, he lost like 8 games in a row. And now he's lost 4 games in a row for us. I think the signs are there, and we need to pull the trigger before it's too late. Because if we keep him, I think we're going down for sure.
Where did he lose 8 games in a row?
His last job, apparently.
Did he?
His last 8 games were all losses. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I'm very worried. Do you think we'll go down? I might have mentioned it before.
100%, mate. Since the Newcastle game, I've been saying we're only getting a maximum of 2 points the rest of the season.
You said that yesterday as well, didn't you?
Mate, I looked at our fixture list and I said, yeah, 2 points max, 2 points maximum, bro.
Yeah, it's very worrying, isn't it? I look at obviously Liverpool's a write-off. I look at the games where we could get points. It is Forest and Leeds, obviously. And who else we got? We've got Wolves, but even Wolves, we never beat Wolves, do we? But Forest, they've had a new manager bounce. They haven't necessarily got the points, but the performances have been a lot better.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. The performances have been better, and they have been picking up points relative to what they had before he came in. Yeah, that's basically gone to show that they made the right move. They pulled the trigger. I mean, maybe we could have got this guy instead of Thomas Frank, but then, if that ended up happening, it'd probably be the same thing. I think basically after I've been saying this for ages. After sacking Conte, we were destined for this, right? Because we were seeing if you think about it, right? Every single manager. All right, since we've started going under this free fall with ENIC after the stadium was built, and basically we started seeing the form regress. We've had relegation form apart from basically Jose and Conte when we got these serial winner managers. Under Poch, that season we got to the Champions League final. The whole second half of that season, relegation form. The season after that, when he had the first few months, it was relegation form under Poch. We got Jose in. He came in and sort of just whipped them into shape and got us 6th place. And then the next season, he had us 5th place when he was sacked. And then we get Nuno in, and then we're back to that relegation form, more or less, just losing most of the games we played in the end. You get Conte in, and then we end up getting 4th place. You sack Conte the next season, we go back to relegation form. You get Anjin, and apart from those first 10 games and a bit of his first season, it was relegation form under Ange. So I think basically the only managers that really, really can get anything out of this squad is the Joses, the Contes, these kinds of managers, mate.
Yeah, I agree with you. Big up, Mark. Thanks for tuning in. And this comment might be for you underneath here, mate.
Oh, yeah. Who do you think is going to win the next game and why? Yeah, big up, Serena. Big up, Serena. Once again, she has a pretty smile. So what I'd like to say about the next game is I think we're going to lose it, but I don't think it's going to be that much of a loss because Liverpool aren't that special this season. I mean, they barely beat us at our own stadium, and we're worse at home than we are away. So I think we're going to lose 2-1, 3-1, maybe.
I think we're going to get battered.
You think?
Well, we're missing Van der Ven, and we might be missing Romero, aren't it?
Yeah, but as you've been saying, they're the we've had the worst.
But compared to Dragusin, they're world class, aren't they?
Yeah, I mean, Dan, so I was watching him midweek, and he was always losing the ball, falling over his feet, all of that rubbish. It's not going to.
The thing that I don't get about, I don't mind Danso as like a backup. The thing what I don't get is he keeps taking long throws. Have we ever actually scored from a long throw?
I don't think we have, but actually, I'm a bit of it. I'll be a hypocrite if I complain about the long throws, because I actually said that it was something I liked about Thomas Frank when he first came in, because I think it's one of those old-fashioned ways, just getting the ball into the box, and basically trying to create a chance by overcrowding the box. But the problem is, we just don't seem to be able to get a chance while doing it. I think the long throws, they look better under Frank than they do now under Tudor.
But even under Frank, we never scored from them. I don't mind the long throws if you're going to score from them, but we're not Brentford, are we? Brentford are excellent at it.
Yeah, that's the thing. And Keith Andrews, he's the one in charge there. And it just goes to show it must be because they're a well-organised, well-run club, and that's what it comes down to at the end of the day. And we're an utter shit show, shambolic.
Yeah, it's not good.
One of those things, isn't it, mate? One of those things. I don't know where we go, mate. I honestly don't know where we go. It's just a depressing state of affairs wherever you look, basically, at the club. It's no good at all.
Yeah, I've probably come into the YouTube world at the right time, so there's loads to talk about.
Yeah, exactly. Well, there's loads to talk about, but still the general consensus would always be the same thing. That's just an utter shit show, isn't it?
Yeah.
Can sit here and talk about it all day, but we're always going to come down to the same conclusion again. It's it's not looking too good for us, is it, mate?
Do you think Enid will sell if we go down?
The opposite. I think they're going to tighten their grip on the club and try and keep it if we go down.
Yeah, because they won't get as much money for it, will they?
Complete the value of the club. They will not want to sell if we go down. Trust me, bruv. Trust me.
But the trouble is, I fear if we go down under their ownership, we might go down to League One.
That's what I've been saying. There's more chance we go down to League One than go back up. Oh, maybe I got that wrong, Milton. Oh, yeah, maybe I got that wrong.
Draws, 2 losses.
Maybe I saw the unbeaten without a win stat and assumed they were all losses.
Okay, yeah.
Honestly, yeah. That's my bad if I made a false claim. I've got to hold my hands up. Yeah, it's not good. What crowd would we get in the stadium in the Championship? That's a good question. What do you think?
Probably about. I think we'll still get about 40,000, 40,000.
Yeah, people will go. It's a tourist attraction at the end of the day, isn't it? People will go there. It's not a football stadium per se. It's for more of a tourist attraction for where Beyonce and whoever want to hold their concerts. You go see the go-kart track, all of those things. But it ain't a football stadium because football does not get played in there unless it's by the other team.
I know. Obviously, Milton's put, look at Leicester, 10 years they won a league, now in the Veteran Division 1. Yep, I know exactly. It's absolutely shocking what's happening at the moment with Spurs. Yeah, unbelievable. Just this complete shit show. The owners have no idea what they're doing. Lange and Vinay have no idea what they're doing.
That's the guy that's needed to go this whole time. And I've been saying that, bruv. I've been saying it, bruv. It's when he first came in, I was thinking, what on earth have we done here? Why on earth have we got this guy in? The guy who failed at Aston Villa, come to fail at Spurs. And I was right. I've been proven right every single time.
Yeah. The world's greatest has also put. I really hope we don't do Leeds and go down to League One. Yeah, well, Leeds went down and they took years to come back up, didn't they?
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. If that happens, it'd be depressing, but it's just is what it is. There's nothing we can do as fans about it, really. We'll still watch the games like mugs. We'll still hope and believe. We'll still think that there's something positive that could possibly come out of it, but nah, there's no positivity there.
Yeah. But you're not too big to go down, are you? So, unfortunately, I think we're on a downward curve. If we stay up, it'll be an absolute miracle. But if we can just manage to stay up, hopefully, this is the last season we have problems like this, and hopefully the board will wake up and do something about it.
Yeah, but I don't think they will, mate. I don't think the board are going to wake up anytime soon, are they? They're basically in a coma, this board. I mean, they're not acting. They're not trying to fix anything at the club. They're just kind of there, and they just have us in an absolute shit show right now.
Yes, exactly.
I don't see it getting any better anytime soon, man. But what kind of signings do you think we'll make if we do go down to the Championship? Do you think we'll get Adam Armstrong's in, or do you think we're gonna just get nobody from Ligue 2, the French league, and go into free fall mode?
Well, we'd have to get like Championship standard players, wouldn't we? We'll probably get the best Championship standard players.
Do you think so?
I still think Spurs is an attractive club to certain players.
Yeah, I mean, depends who those certain players are. Like, because there just seems to be a curse at the club where a player can look as good as you like at their previous club, and then they come and put a Spurs shirt on, and they just look shit all of a sudden. I honestly don't know what it is at the club. I mean, we do know what it is. It comes down from the top. These owners, basically, who can't manage anything. Yeah, that's basically what we've been seeing. That's what we'll keep on seeing. Honestly, mate, that's just what we're going to keep on seeing here.
Which players do you think will stay? Just have a little say. I'm sure not. I'll be back in a minute. Sorry.
Yeah, not a problem. I can take charge for a second. So, which players do I think are going to stay? Probably Dom Solanke. He's got experience playing in the Championship, and he ain't. I don't think he's good enough for anyone else to try and come in for him. I think Archie Gray will stay as well because same difference. Let me think who else I think might stay. Wilson Odobert. He's played in the Championship. He's done nothing to prove that he's worthy elsewhere. You can say maybe who else can we say? Does the chat have any ideas? Does the chat have any ideas of who's going to stay if we go down? I can say Brandon Austin. I don't even know if he's at the club still, actually. You'd make Archie Gray captain, Milton. I can't click on your comment because I'm not the host of the show, but I can see it. Yeah, Danto would stay. You're right about that, mate. Archie Gray is the captain. I think he's a bit too young. Just my personal opinion on that. I think it was a mistake making Van der Ven the vice captain for the same reason. I just think he's too young to be the captain. You need to make one of the older boys the captain. For me, Palinha should be the captain. You know, he's one of the few players that looks like he gives a fuck when he's on the pitch. That's the only one I can see worthy of captain material right now. But even he's not really been able to do much for the club either. So who knows, really? But he acts like a leader. Fair play, mate. Honestly, can't argue against that. Just I understand the framework behind what you're saying there. How many wins?
So if I go through some of these comments that I've missed, obviously you've read them all, but I'll go through them anyway. It took Forest 23 years to get promoted. Exactly. They were down there for ages. Makes Archway captain. To be honest, I don't know. I don't know what to make of Archway, really. I don't know if maybe he's Championship standard. He's done all right for a couple of games, but a couple of times I think he looks out of his depth, so I don't really know what to think about him.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I was saying. It's purely the age thing. Purely the age thing. I think basically you need to have the older players as the as the captains. But then again, if they're not showing captain material, then you can't really say that. I remember last season, basically, for a little while, I said that Jed Spence, because he was the only one that was actually showing any quality on the pitch. I was saying he should be the captain, but he's shown to have this stinky attitude at times as well.
Yeah, I think he's always had a bit of a bad attitude, to be honest. Danso would stay. I don't think he would, to be honest.
You don't think Danso would stay?
No, I think he'll go. I do.
Yeah, I mean, the Austrian guy. Yeah, that's funny. Kevin Danso. He's Austrian. That's the most hilarious thing. You heard him speak.
He's English. He's English.
Yeah. He's an Austrian international, Austrian citizen. When he speaks, my name's Kevin Danso. Yeah, I'm an Austrian, innit, bruv? I'm from Austria. My name's Kevin Danso.
I think Gray, Spence, Danso, Sart, Odebert, Austin, maybe Maddison. Maddison might stay because he's been injured the whole season. He might feel like he owes us.
Madders, I mean, yeah, he'll walk on the pitch and then he'll shatter both his legs. He'll fall and his legs will turn into. We need to stop holding on to these injury-prone players. I'm sorry, my mate was having a go at me when I said this, but Destiny Adoggy, James Maddison,
I love Maddison. I love Maddison.
I love all three of those names that I've just mentioned. But if then the most important thing you can bring to the club as a footballer is fitness, like actually being able to play in the first place. And if you don't have that, then you've got to find someone else to take that spot in the squad, because there's no point having players in the squad who are just never playing because they're injured.
But no, like we'll sell them to someone else and they'll be injury free.
Yeah, like Ryan Sessegnon. I will never ever forget that. We buy him from Fulham, and then he's basically injury prone for us for like 5 years or whatever. I think basically 4 of those 5 years he was practically just injured, Yeah. And then we sell him back to Fulham. The first game he plays, he comes off the bench against us and he scores a fucking goal against us. He scores. And you're just like, what on earth? It's just not a joke, innit, man?
The world's greatest, but honestly, I think 15 players need to go whether we stay. I agree with that. Stay or go down. There's a couple of our best players I think should go as well, to be honest.
Yeah, like who?
Van der Ven and Romero. I think it's the attitude of theirs I'm not really happy with, to be honest. And I think they're acting like they don't want to stay. So if they don't want to stay, they can go. Anyone that wants to go can just leave, in my eyes.
Yeah, I mean, just if you don't want to be at the club, you don't want to be at the club. Go away. We'll find someone else.
Milnes put age is just a number. He acts like a leader. He does act like a leader. That's one thing I would say to him. There's been times when our players have gone missing, and Gray has fought for the badge, and really, he has fought for the badge. I'm not convinced of his talents as a footballer, but he has fought for the club, and he looks like one of the only players that looks like he's.
You are right. You cannot take that away from. Archie. No. Yeah, I don't know, mate. I really don't know. I think that basically the thing is there is no captain. There's no one really there where you can say that they have all the attributes as a captain. You need to have the leadership. You need to have the quality. You need to have the. You need to have sort of the temperament as well to stay calm under pressure. No one. We have matches these things, dude. None of them.
No, exactly. Serena's put how many wins will we all get in the EFL Championship next season?
That's a really good question, Serena. I wonder who thought of that question.
It all depends what our team's looking like next season.
I think basically it's going to be probably 10 wins max. I don't see points coming against anyone at this point. I think we'd struggle against Yeovil Town. The Sheriff said in the 2 marks track, his local. How can anyone suggest that we're going to get a win anywhere?
Well, everyone's going to want to play at the Tottenham Stadium, aren't they?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Even away, when we're playing away, everyone's going to be up for it. Like it's the World Cup.
It'll be like a cup final to a lot of teams, won't it?
to every teammate. We're already seeing that,
Yeah.
you know. And every team that comes to the stadium smell blood as well.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
Who knows what's going to happen, man?
Milton's put Palhinha won't stay if we go down. Yeah, he won't stay. It's a shame to actually like him. I think he's been a good signing for us this season.
I was saying we should get him in for 3 years, and then there's always, oh no, we don't need a number 6. Ange doesn't play with a number 6. We don't need Palhinha. Oh, Palhinha, he's not good enough. Oh, you know, but it's like we need a player like him. Every team needs a player like him. And we basically just took far too long to get him in. It's the same with Gallagher, basically. People have complained about him, but he does work hard when he is on the pitch, and we been too late, in my opinion, as well.
Well, Palhinha does the simple stuff, doesn't he? He's not. He's a tackling machine, isn't he? Really?
Yeah, and that's what we need at the minute. We need someone who just does the basics right. No one we see gets the basics right, unfortunately.
Yeah. So let's have a look. Just try and not go through past the comments. Oh, this one here. Milton's put our team will be like Moore, Starlet, Devine, Ash Phillips, Dovington, Barnett, Austin in goal, etc. Yeah, well, probably a lot of the youngsters probably will stay, won't they?
I mean, finally, give him the chance that we haven't given him. You know, Scarlett, he came on, he scored a cracking header, and it's like they took him out back and had him shot. You haven't seen him since. It was the same with Alejo Veliz. He scored that goal against Brighton, and then we don't see him again. The way we treat our youth is despicable. We treat our youth despicably at this club. We let them rot on the bench in various championship clubs, and we don't ever give them a chance, ever.
Ashley Phillips, I know he didn't come at the academy, but when's he ever get given an opportunity? He's not good enough for the first team, then get rid of him.
Yeah, he hasn't even. I don't think we've even seen him come off the bench, have we?
I think he has a couple of times in the early when he first signed, but
was it pre-season? I'm pretty sure it's pre-season. The only time I've seen him come
on. So the world's greatest has put the attitude with 75% of the team is terrible. The signs of their last season, they don't give an F. Yep. Yeah, the players, I've said it before, the players think they're actually better than what they are. And I think they're absolutely useless, to be honest. A lot of them are. Romero's a World Cup winner, but he's won a World Cup with Messi in the side. He's not as good as he thinks he is.
Yeah, exactly, mate. Exactly. I mean, you can say that about a lot of these players, I think.
Yeah.
You can say that about all of them. I think basically they get the Spurs jersey on and they think, oh, I'm at a big club. I must be a good player. You know, all I have to do is walk onto that pitch. The opposition are going to respect me. They're going to let me do whatever I want. And then when it's not like that, it throws them off guard and they don't know what the bloody hell to do.
Yeah.
Who knows, mate? It's only going to get worse from here. That's the problem.
The world's greatest, Kevin Dancer, grew up in Milton Keynes. Yeah, my neck of the woods. Yep, he did.
Yep, but he was born in Austria. Yeah.
He moved to Milton Keynes when he was a kid and grew
when
up
he was a kid. But he's an Austrian international. My name's
Kevin Dancer. Yeah. I think he was born
Austrian, in it. I'm from Österreich, in it. Good old Dancer. I wonder if he speaks German as well.
Might do, yeah.
Yeah.
He lived in Germany, didn't he? He played in Germany.
Did he play in Germany? He did as well, didn't he? Yeah. So, and I think he moved to MK when he was like 8 years old. So surely he's been raised with a bit of German.
Yeah, I think he played for Germany. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Maybe
ein bisschen Deutsch. Yeah.
Oh, this is interesting. Actually, he's actually Swedish and sounds like he's full English person. Yes, he does actually, doesn't he?
I can't do an Isak impression. I haven't heard him speak enough. But
just speak English.
Yeah. I mean,
he does sound English. Isak does.
He has a British accent. Is it sort of like Kevin Danso's, or is it closer to mine?
Probably more like Kevin Danso's. Yeah, probably.
I'm from Sweden, innit, mate? Yeah, no, it's jokes. It's jokes from all these players. Honestly. Anyway, how many points do you think we get for the rest of the season?
Probably about 3, I'd say.
3 points. Is that a win? 3 draws? What are you thinking?
Probably good on a win.
Who's that win coming against, mate? I'm really all ears. I'm curious.
I said 3 draws. Didn't say a win, did I?
Oh, no. I must have misheard you, mate. I thought you said, yeah, a win. 3 draws then. Who are they coming against?
Forest, Leeds, and Brighton.
Not a bad shout. I can see that's the Brighton game. Yeah, I can see that. Wait, is it? It's not away at Brighton. It's at home. I can see that maybe being
but home form shocking.
Our form is shocking in general, mate. I think we're just gonna have to accept we're going down, isn't it? That's what there is to it at the end of the day.
Bear me a sec, mate. I'm going to leave you alone for the moment. Sorry about that.
Oh, I'm in charge of the show again. I'll best behave myself. Well, so what were we saying in the chat? How many points does everyone think we're getting for the remainder of the season? Who wants to give us a few shouts? You know, it's a safe space. You can predict as delusionally or as optimistically or as pessimistically as you want here. Give us some numbers in the chat, you know, any old number. I personally think it's going to be 2 points for the rest of the season. I've been saying this since the Newcastle loss. It's going to be the 4 games. Well, one of them's already passed with 0 points. I said Palace, Leeds, Forest and Everton. Those 4 games at home, they'll get us 2 points basically for the rest of the season. What's everyone saying in the chat? Don't be shy. Do not be shy, chat. You can just put a number in, and then that'll be your prediction. No one's gonna bring it up later. No one's gonna try and make you look like a mug, especially not me. Don't you worry. If it's Tudor till the end and it's 0 points, yeah, I agree with that, mate. I honestly agree with that. Tudor he's shocking. He's worse than Frank. We may as well have kept on as Frank. Yeah, I'd have kept Frank. But here's the thing: if we do sack Tudor, who do you think's coming in instead of him? Like, what's the answer there? If it's Harry, it's 24 points we get. That's from the 2 Marks show. I appreciate the optimism, mate. Honestly, I appreciate the optimism. It's what we need in this day and age. In all walks of life, we need the optimism.
Yeah, so I'll fly through some of these comments quickly. So what does that one there? Same like Gio Lo Celso, always playing for Real Betis. Yeah, he always was shocking for. We wasn't shocking for Spurs, but quite.
I think it's unfair when people say that Gio Lo Celso was shocking. I think actually in that season we had under Ange, I think he was one of our best midfielders. But it was just
he was injured a lot for us, wasn't he?
He was injured a lot. Yeah. That was the problem. But I genuinely think that season he was one of our best midfielders there. But
if you're new here, guys, and you're watching, I don't know who I can't see who's watching. Please give us a like and subscribe, and same to Definitely Spurs TV if that's all right. His link's already in the chat.
Yeah,
much appreciated.
Scroll up a bit to find it, but it will be there. Did I actually paste it in the chat? No, I'm a mug. Oh, did I?
Yeah.
Where is it? Why can't I see it?
It's it's at the top somewhere, but you can place it again if you want to.
I don't remember placing it. Oh yeah, I did. Why isn't it's not appearing in just the regular YouTube chat? I'll put it again.
Yeah, I've put this earlier. I mentioned this a minute ago. Giovanni Lo Celso, always injured at Spurs, now plays a lot at Betis. It's something to do with the injury. It's something to do with there's a problem at Spurs with the medical team. I know.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. I don't know whether the medical team's problem comes from the fans, not the fans, sorry, the board just are confusing the medical staff with erroneous instructions. I don't know whether it's because the personnel we hire aren't good enough. I don't think I buy that hypothesis because they come from good places and they end up going to good places after Spurs. So if they really were that bad, I don't think anyone would want them really, you know.
No, yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I don't know, mate. I honestly don't know what the issue is.
This comment from Milton's upset me. Bergvall will go to Chelsea. Please don't say that.
Bergvall, what
Don't
do you
hear
think?
that.
Is he actually? Do you think he's actually that good a player for us, though, Bergvall? Because I quite often see him just doing all these tricks with the ball, but then he loses it, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's young, isn't he? But he's not. He's not technically. He's not great, but he's. He's. I don't know. I don't know really. He's young and he's. I'd rather have him than Archie Gray, to be honest. That's my opinion.
Yeah. What makes you say? What makes you say? I'm not disagreeing with you. Just I'm curious to know what sort of KPIs you go for to pick Bergvall over Gray.
I just think he's. I just think he's a better footballer.
He does look
Gray.
it. Yeah.
I don't really have a. I don't really have a
preference.
A preference. I just think Bergvall's a better footballer. Gray. I don't even know what Gray's best position is, and I don't really rate Gray that much. I think he's championship standard. I know he's played right lately for a bit of fight, but I have not seen it enough from Gray to determine that. But then I've not seen it much from Bergvall either. But I just think Bergvall's got a higher ceiling.
Yeah, I agree with that. You know, he was wanted by Barca and that lot for a reason.
Gray was wanted by Brentford.
Yeah, that goes to show the difference in golf between them, basically, doesn't it?
Yeah.
One was wanted by Barca, the other was wanted by Brentford, but then you put them both in a Spurs shirt, and it's not really looking all that good.
No. Next year in the Championship, they'll bring in VAR. Yeah, no, in our luck, they will bring in VAR in the Championship next season.
I'm not opposed to VAR. I'm a VAR advocate in terms of I think it should be in the game, but I'm not a VAR advocate in terms of how it's actually used in the game. That's the way.
I agree. I think it's great but I don't think they're using it properly.
They're not, mate. They're honestly not. You know, they just use it almost as an ego massage for the referees.
Yeah.
It seems. Yeah, mate. It's a shambles. It's an utter shambles at the minute.
2 marchers put in. Yes, boys. Thanks for popping and by. Big up the 2 March, Sheriff and Cookie. Big up.
Yeah, big up. I wonder which one of them it is.
Probably Cookie, I reckon.
Cookie, yeah, I think it is. I think it might be Cookie, but I'm not too sure.
He's the one that's on it the most, isn't he? I think Sheriff obviously works, doesn't he, in the morning, so probably in bed.
Yeah, it's probably it's going to be one of them. It's definitely one of them. That's what we can say.
Milton's put, I'm Portuguese and we'll play with passion and heart as always. Give 100%. Yep. To be honest, half the players that play for Spurs are foreign as well, and they don't tend to give 100%. So I think it's there's probably a lot of Portuguese players that don't always play with passion and heart all the time. So it's just it's all down to the individual, really.
Yeah, that's the thing, mate. That's the thing. It's down to the individuals at the end of the day to put in the effort. If they're not putting in the effort, you've got to play someone else, even if there's no one else there to play, really. You just got to try something different, I think.
Yeah. Milton's also put Arsenal get rid of Vinay. They are doing better. Lansley's Villa, they are doing better. Brentford lose Frank, they are doing better. Coincidence? Why do we always accept Dross? Yeah, I actually said about another time where I said about Vinay and Lange leaving the clubs and suddenly they're doing a lot better. And obviously Frank left Brentford, done a lot better. I agree with that. I don't know. We're just Spurs, mate. We're just Spurs. And the ownership are just a bunch of, they're just a joke, and they're not running it properly. So yeah, I don't know. What do you think about that, Andy?
I've been saying that for months. I've been getting slaughtered for it as well. People telling me that I'm not looking at the bigger picture, or that I'm just basically drawing conclusions and stuff. But I've said basically, Langer leaves Villa. Villa go like this. Langer joins Spurs. Spurs go like this. Vinay leaves Arsenal. Arsenal go like this. Vinay joins Spurs. Spurs go like this. It's a common denomination. You don't have to. You don't. Don't have to be a rocket scientist to figure it out.
No, exactly. 2 Marks have come back and said they've all checked out, lads. Even I've given up. Yep, I agree with that. Always actually he's put nearly given up. So he's actually put nearly given up. To be honest, it does feel a bit like that, to be honest. I feel like giving up, really. Sometimes I don't know if I can be asked to watch them the way they're playing at the moment, but they always lure me back in.
They always do that, don't they? They always find a way of getting your hopes back up. It's it's a sad state of affairs.
Yeah. Milton's put, when Unai Emery took over Aston Villa, he said, "I will only take the job if you fired Johan now," and they did. Oh, I didn't know about that. Did you know about that?
I didn't know about that, but it certainly don't surprise me.
What would you like Unai Emery as a manager, even though he used to manage Arsenal?
I couldn't give less of a toss if the person's been at Arsenal before. I've always said, as soon as they're wearing the managerial coat and they got the Spurs crest on, they're a Spurs manager. George Graham, I consider him to be the fourth greatest Spurs manager of all time, basically. I'll give you my list now. For me, it's number 1, Bill Nicholson. That's no debate. We all know it's Bill Nicholson because he won us everything really that there was to win at the time, even though it was the 60s or whatever. For me, number 2 is Keith Birkinshaw. Similar reason, didn't quite win as much as Bill Nicholson because he didn't get the league title, but he still practically won everything. Number 3 is Terry Venables because he was basically what Poch was in the modern day, but back then, and he also won trophies, So that's number 3. And then number 4 for me is George Graham because he got us a cup and he basically stabilised us when we were doomed, more or less, and he managed to sort of turn us into a respectable looking side. And then you're not gonna. Number 5 is a controversial one, and I almost hate myself for saying it, but you know who I'm going to say. Number 5 for me is Ange Postecoglou. Big Ange, because he won us our first trophy in 17 years. It's one of the longest trophy droughts of the history of our club, those 17 years. Because when you think about it, we're a club who have won trophies at least once per decade since after World War II. That is just a fact you can look into. 2010s where we didn't win a trophy. That was an anomaly decade compared to all previous decades. We do win a trophy per decade, at least. That is the trend. So for me, just Ange, number 5, for ending that drought alone. Yeah.
But the 4 previous managers, you weren't around for them, were you?
No, I wasn't. But I'll look into the history and I'll analyse. If you want to ask me about my favourite managers that I've seen at the club, for me it's basically number 1 Antonio Conte, probably number 2 Poch. Probably Poch and Jose share the same place, but I also love old Harry Redknapp. It's really difficult actually for me to answer that question because there are so many managers I love.
With Poch, I've never been that excited to be a Spurs fan under Poch, but the trouble is he never won anything, and there's always that debate till he gets over the line.
It's also not the fact he didn't win anything. It's also a lot of his managerial decisions actually cost us when we were at the point to win. So that's why that's the thing with Poch. I love the football. I love the fact that we won most weeks, but he never actually did win us anything, and then he actually hindered us from winning when we got to a lot of these stages. Playing Harry Kane in the final, playing Sonny at left back in the semi-final. These kinds of strange decisions, they cost us. Mugging off the League Cup.
I don't know if you mentioned. I misheard what you said, but about Kane. Did you mention the Kane in the final one?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, I think he just got carried away a bit there.
That's the difference between Ange and Poch for me, because if Ange were to have applied that same sentimentality to the Europa final, we would never have won it because he would have started Sonny, who when Sonny he did not look in shape at all. So
Exactly, yeah. So I'll go through some of these comments again. Milton's put Dan's also speaks French. Yeah, he played in France as well, didn't he? So yeah. The world's greatest has put depending on who the manager is. If it's Tudor to the end, then it's 0 points. To be honest, I actually can see that. Actually, if Tudor's in charge, if we get a new manager in and there's a bounce, I can see us probably picking up a few wins. But if Tudor's in charge, it could be 0 points, doesn't it?
yeah, I think we said the new manager bounce about Tudor though. That's the thing, bruv. That is the thing.
Yeah.
I don't think this new manager bounce we're looking for is going to come anytime soon. That's the problem.
No. They've ballsed up with that one, haven't they?
Yeah, I think basically I just don't see where it's coming from, mate. I don't see where any of these. I don't see where any of these.
Two Marks has put, if it's Harry at 24, yes, bring on Harry. Come on, he can do it. Come on, bring him out of a time, and we'll probably be honest. Spurs will probably finish him off. To be honest,
just get Harry in. That's what I've been saying. I've been saying, Mickey, mate, I'm sticking you out on the wing, right? Bang a couple in for us, son. You know what to do. Matt East.
He did it with Bale, didn't he? He did it with Bale.
Matt East, tell your quality, son. What I want you to do is cut inside and bin one right out into the top corner. Can you do that for us, pal? That's basically, that's what we need at this point, Yeah.
Aussie Ann just put evening panel. We are winning against Liverpool 2-1. It'll be tough, but we can get over the line. I wish I had your positivity, mate. Thanks for your comment. I wish I had it. I can't see it, but let's hopefully. I'm glad you've had a bit of positivity. Hopefully, we do that. It can go either way, to be honest, doesn't it? I mean, no, it can go mostly Liverpool's way, but the way Liverpool are playing at the moment, you can never tell. Any other time, I'd think we could have a go at Liverpool, but the way we're playing, I just can't really see it. But we'll see.
Yeah,
there's definitely Spurs TV. There's
it's my channel if you want to.
Channel, so go to that channel, everyone. Much appreciated. And Aussie Ann just come back in. So we can put it back to Atletico. I predict we will win 4-1 and win an extra time. To be honest, any other time I'd probably go with you, but the way we're playing, I just can't see it. But please, I hope you're right, mate. On mate, you might do all right with that. I don't know what the odds will be, but if it comes in, then you're laughing, aren't you?
Exactly, mate. Exactly.
Atletico. The thing with Atletico, most of their wins come at home. I don't think they're very good away from home in Europe. So in that aspect, we might still have a chance. But we are Tottenham, so we'll see. I think Birdville is overhyped. The world's greatest has put. Yeah, I think. Yeah, I don't know. We like to overhype our players. I think Gray's overhyped by some fans as well.
I think they're all overhyped. I think they're all overhyped. I mean, sometimes I'll be active I used to be on this subreddit r/Coys, and it's full of people who would complain about the fact that we're losing every single bloody week. But if you dare say anything about these signings, these young signings that we make, which are responsible for our losses a lot of the time, you get it in the neck from them. They can't. They have it both ways, but unfortunately, you can't have it both ways. That's just not. It's not really. Not really.
Yeah, but all the players are overhyped. If they were any good, we wouldn't be in this situation we were in.
100%, mate. Absolutely spot on there, mate. Absolutely spot on.
Wharton is a lot better and a similar age. I agree with that. I love Adam Wharton and I love him at Spurs. Unfortunately, even if we stay up, I can never see that happening.
No,
I don't. Why would he choose us over all the clubs he to that? All the pity to that.
Yeah, no, I don't see it either. Yeah, I just don't see it, and I think
he'd go to United or someone.
if he did come to Spurs, I think it'd be the same old story he'd look at sorts.
Yeah. Ozzy Andrews put we should have got back some of the players we sent on loan. For fuck's sake, the club winds me up. I'm a bit surprised with the Mikey Moore one, but I've heard that he doesn't have a recall clause, which is a joke. Why wouldn't you put one in?
Yeah.
I think he's a talented footballer, and there's some we could have done with him this season.
Could have done with him. Could have done with Vuskovic, who's now taking penalties for Hamburg. You know,
I've heard he don't want to come back to Spurs.
Yeah, that's what I've been saying. He's going to say, "Sod this! I'm going to go to Bayern. I'm going to go to somewhere better." You know, why on earth would he stay here?
Exactly.
Yeah.
2 Marks has put people in charge are clueless. Yep, I agree. Just get the ownership needs to leave. They all need to leave. This is absolutely. They've turned us into a joke of a club.
We are a joke of a club, mate. That's what we are. That's what we've gotten to. That's what we'll be, basically, until we get these owners out. But I don't see these owners leaving anytime soon, mate. That's the problem there.
Aussie End, let's put. We're getting to the Champions League final and staying up. You know what? What have you been drinking tonight? Because I'd love some of that positivity.
He's had. I'll tell you what he's had. He's had a hit off of my funny vape here. You know.
Yeah, he must have done. Yeah.
You got the normal vape, and then you got the funny vape, and he's been chafing on this one. That's what he's been doing.
Yeah. I was ready to put F VAR.
I'd say just F the referees. Nothing to do with VAR. It's to do with the referees behind them.
Did you see the Arsenal penalty last night?
I didn't actually. I couldn't bear watching it.
Oh my God, that's the softest penalty I've seen in a long time.
Yeah.
He didn't even touch him. He fell over. Madueke fell over, and the ref gave a penalty, and the VAR agreed with him.
It's just a joke, isn't it, bro? It's an absolute joke. These referees, I've been saying as well, the European ones look better than the ones in the Prem. But at the end of the day, I think a lot of them, they always seem to favour Arsenal for some reason. There seems to be. I think basically it's honestly they're trying to manufacture an underdog winning the Premier League because they don't want Man City to win it again. It's similar thing with Leicester.
I noticed with the corners and stuff, they push everyone out of the way. They head it in, but other clubs when they do it, it's always given up as a free kick or something.
And the rugby tackle as well.
Yeah.
You know, in the Chelsea Arsenal game. Yeah.
2 Marks has put Ozzy. I know you're trying to be positive, but there's that and Dream World. Let's be real here. Because, as you know, Ozzy, we are a channel of realism here. That is true, yeah, that is.
Yeah.
Ozzy and has put, if we do lose to Liverpool, which is likely, then Tudor needs to leave and get Rafa in, Benitez in. To be honest, I don't care how bad we are. I don't want Rafa anywhere near the club.
Rafa Benitez.
Yeah.
What don't you like about Rafa then, mate?
I just don't rate him. He did well at Liverpool, but since Liverpool, he's not really done anything decent anywhere he's been.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. Newcastle even sacked him, didn't they?
Yeah, after a while, yeah. But Everton, he was useless at. Real Madrid didn't do much at.
Who do we get in then, man? I honestly have no idea who we get in.
I'd rather have Sean Dyche for the last load of games than Rafa Benitez, and that's saying something.
Yeah, man. I mean, these managers, he said give it to Giggsy until the end of the season at the bottom. This is the thing. These are all the names that we're throwing out. You know, people have said Jurgen Klinsmann. I don't think we should get him. There's no one that we can get, in my opinion, that saves this. We're already down. We have to just try and make peace with that, I think.
I know. It's a shame, but I said loads of pundits kept saying that we won't go down, we don't go down. And I've been saying for ages, we are going down. Even when we were even when we were 10 points clear, I've had a feeling we were going down. 2 Marks put his Cookie, lads. Big up Cookie. Thanks for coming on. I disagree about Brentford. Frank built them, to be honest. Yeah, but
I did think
doing a better job at Brentford than what Frank has done in his first season.
Yeah, exactly. I think Frank. I used to say that about Brentford and Frank, but I think they just know how to run a football club over there. Honestly, so I understand.
Brentford,
I can understand this comment, because you can maybe look at it through the point of view that he was manager for such a long time and he was sort of building something there, and he may have laid the groundwork there for Keith Andrews, right? I can totally understand the framework behind your argument. World's greatest. But I think, just in my personal opinion, mate, it is more just to do with the powers that be at the top, and that kind of just coincides with what we saw Frank do with our powers that be that are terrible. I just think it is more to do with the way that Brentford run the club. But at the end of the day, neither of us will be able to know that unless we're sort of some divine intervention type thing that knows the hidden truths of the universe. So yeah, that's just
Brentford and Brighton are two perfectly run football clubs, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. I mean, Brighton fans aren't happy with their manager, I don't think. But if they were to sack their manager, they'll be able to get another one in who just suits the players that they go for.
It wasn't long ago they were playing League One football, so now they're in the Premier League.
A very, very, very well-run club, and we have the infrastructure basically of one of the top clubs, and we run it basically like we're a League Two side. It's an absolute joke, mate. Absolute disgrace.
Aussie Ange replying to the 2 marks. I have to be positive, and it hurts when I'm wrong. It hurts us all, mate.
Hurts all of us, mate.
2 marks has put the structure of Brentford is aligned. Keith Andrews has continued what Thomas Frank did there. And to be honest, why they're so good at set pieces at Brentford is because Keith Andrews was the set piece coach at Brentford.
But you are right. But I also noticed we did look much better at set pieces under Frank. One of my favourite things about Frank was every time we got a corner, we did look like we were getting a chance. But now we don't seem to look as dangerous from corners.
Well, he brought the set piece coach with him. He brought out the one from Man United with him, who he knew anyway.
Is that who he brought?
He stayed at Spurs, but since he's left, I don't know what that set piece coach is doing now.
No fucking clue, mate.
Yeah. 2 marks has put fair play, Aussie. Someone has to believe. If you're the only one and you're right, then we will be commended. Yeah. I hope he's right, Cookie. I hope he's right. The world's greatest, but Harry Redknapp, he started the change. Yeah, he did actually. He's the first one that got us to Champions League, didn't he? The manager that got us to Champions League the first time. So he started it all, and then Poch. Obviously, we went for a little bad spell with Villa Boas, but Poch carried it on, and yeah, so Harry was the one that started it, wasn't it?
Yep.
Martin Jol did it. Martin Jol, I thought I liked him back in the day. He didn't quite get us to Champions League, but he did get.
He's a few years before my time. Harry was my first manager. But I do know about Martin Jol, and I think we treated him pretty disgracefully.
They sacked him during the match.
Yeah, I know. I've seen the videos of people singing "Stand Up for Martin Jol" in that game. Yeah. George Graham, I think we treated him poorly. I don't think really he needed to be sacked. I
don't think he was ever accepted because of his Arsenal connections.
Yeah, I just think that's.
We were boring to watch back then, like 1-0 all the time, and it was like.
Yeah, brilliant. Give us 1-0 wins now.
I know now. Back then, I was thinking, but I think George Graham was the time when I remember it the most. Obviously, the late 90s, I sort of vaguely remember it, but it was George Graham time that I really remember it. And I remember winning the trophy, and at the end of the day, he won a trophy for us. So.
Yeah. That's the thing. You win a trophy for Spurs, you're a Spurs legend. That's the thing that people need to let sink in, that he's a Spurs legend as well, because he won us a cup.
Cookie's put trouble is that the board haven't got a Scooby and probably don't even know who Harry Redknapp is. To be honest, they probably don't, to be honest. They say they're Tottenham people, but they don't have a clue, do they?
They don't know what they're doing.
And Chrissy's put good night, lads. Great show. Probably a live one tomorrow night if you fancy it. Yep, I'll be on there tomorrow night. Don't know about
I might be on there. I might be going to my mate's house, but even if I'm there, I might just hop on.
Cool. Let's do it. And here's an interesting comment. Who are these British guys? We're Tottenham fans talking about Tottenham, mate. If you're a football fan, I'd be say. If not, then don't.
And you don't have to tune in. You don't have to listen. But we like you being here for the numbers, mate.
Exactly. What the hell are they talking about? Well, if you tuned in for the show earlier, then you'd know we're talking. And obviously the thumbnails, it's Tottenham. But if you want to be say, then great. If not, then it's up to you, mate. Give it Giddy until the end of the season. I can't see him being interested in it, to be honest.
What would he do as well? Like,
exactly,
honestly.
Yeah. The world's greatest has put. I remember in '98. I think it was. We were awful, but didn't have this feeling back then. Time I feel we're going down, as depressing as it is. The thing in the '90s, though, like we had a rubbish team back then, but the difference is that we had Mavericks in the team. There were certain players we had that we can call upon that would just get us out of a hole. And now I don't really see any of them be able to do this. No. Aussie Anne just put, we cannot go down, lads. Only way is to let Tudor go after Liverpool. If he ain't gone, we are in trouble. To be honest, I'm surprised he's still here now. But maybe they've written off the Liverpool game, assuming that we're not going to win anyway. So they'll make a decision after the game. But to be honest, with the owners, I don't have any faith in them at all. So they don't have a clue. I don't know what's going on there.
Yeah, not a clue, mate. Not a clue.
And then Aussie Ann just put, he's been given 4 games, had 4 losses, have a feeling he would get us a result against Liverpool. Then from there, let's go game by game.
Game by game,
yeah,
I think.
Game by game, yeah. To be honest, it'll be typical Spurs if we don't beat Liverpool. After all the negativity, it'll be typical.
I'll take it. We need the win, mate. We need the win, and they're not a threat for Arsenal in the title, so there's nothing we can say there. We just need to win.
Watch them, because the moment I decide I won't watch them, they'll end up winning. So I will stream in to watch them, but we definitely need a result. Milton's put, good stream, lads. Thank you very much, Milton. Much appreciated. Big up. Thank you very much.
We appreciate it.
And Aussie Ann just put, remember Leicester City won the title and the FA Cup within 5 seasons. No club is too big to go down. If we do, then the Championship is no walk in the park. Yeah, I agree with that. And the Championship, a lot of the players will leave anyway, but even the ones that stay, I mean, who fancies a cold night away at Stoke on a Tuesday night? Who fancies that?
They have good chips in Stoke, mate. That's one thing you can have on a cold rainy night in Stoke. You get yourself chips in a cone, you put some vinegar on it, you get some ketchup as well. That's what we're looking forward to there.
Probably, yeah. So Milton's put, get Roy Keane in a motivational speaker. God, these players won't be able to handle Roy Keane, but I love Roy Keane.
Yeah, they won't be able to handle. They won't be able to handle anything. Just is what it is at the end of the day.
Yeah. Roy Keane is a Spurs fan. Yeah, I've heard that. As a boy,
he said himself.
As a boy, he was a massive Spurs fan. Apparently, Glenn Hoddle was his idol.
He said that Spurs will never fail to let you down, and if that don't tell you he's not a Spurs fan, then if that don't tell you he's a Spurs fan, I don't know what will.
I heard on a Spurs page earlier that apparently Gary Neville said that Spurs going down would be good for football on the overlap, which I find hard to believe he said that, because Gary Neville actually has a soft spot for Spurs and has always said good stuff about Spurs. So I need to have a look on this overlap interview to see if he has said that. But
If he
if
has
he
said
has,
that, then that's
I'll
a
be
bit,
very surprised. So
it's a bit out of pocket. Yeah.
yeah, and oh, a new person. Big up for the comment. Get off the bed has put. I think we should get Sherwood and Redknapp for the season and O'Hara as coach. What do you think about
Sherwood and Redknapp would be a good combo. Sherwood to give him a kick up the arse, Harry Redknapp to give him the love, and then
that? O'Hara,
O'Hara.
not O'Hara.
I'm not too sure about O'Hara, mate, but I can hear Sherwood and Redknapp for sure.
They won't give it to Sherwood though because he's said negative stuff about the club in the past. Like not long ago, he had an interview with Simon Jordan and slagged off the club a little bit, the ownership and stuff. So I can't see them actually going after Sherwood.
Well, they shouldn't really care too much about that if they want to stay up. You know, you can get someone in who's basically wished the worst for our club, and if he's a guy who's going to keep us up, you get him in, keep us up.
Yeah, and it's me, the world's greatest, has put O'Hara's got a beer belly now. Yeah, I know, I've seen him. Bloody yeah. I watch a lot of Talk Sport on YouTube and stuff, and yeah, he has got a beer belly now. But that's what happens when he retires. He's probably obviously stopped hitting the gym and stopped training.
What happens when you retire, but you still work around football because all you can do is get the beers in and watch the sport. That's what happens. That's what happens. It's a fate that will reach all of us one day, probably. You know.
Yeah.
Well,
that's the end of the comments for now.
Fair enough. Yeah,
Did
mate.
you want to say?
Oh no, I don't have much to say. I think we've covered the Liverpool game. I think we're going to go down because we're only getting 2 points maximum rest of the season. And ENIC just need to go, in my opinion. That's what needs to happen, basically. But they're not going to go anytime soon.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, who owns a club for 25 years?
Yeah, they've been long-standing for a long time, and the project that they had initially, right, is what they did with Rangers, because they did actually own Rangers before they came to Spurs.
Oh yeah, Daniel Levy was like CEO there or something, wasn't he?
I don't know if it was Daniel Levy, but
I read somewhere Daniel Levy was there as well.
No, I'm not getting bored, I promise you. But I know for a fact ENIC was in charge of Rangers for a bit and actually did well with them. But then basically there was a paradigm shift in football when they came to Spurs, and they didn't really keep up with it. They had their chance to keep up with it, and they didn't take it, and then it's been free fall ever since then.
Yeah, yeah, it's an absolute shambles at the moment. So yeah, I've got a couple more comments we'll go through. Nuno is going to make West Ham proud. Well, he's probably gonna relegate one of his former clubs, either Spurs or Forest, isn't it? I wonder who he would prefer to relegate if he had a choice, Spurs or Forest.
Ooh, Nuno.
Yeah.
Oh, probably Spurs. So we're the ones that basically sacked him.
Probably. Yeah, but Forest did as well, didn't they?
Yeah, I mean, he'd probably want to see them go down the most, wouldn't he?
Probably. And the world's greatest put, funny how Nuno has managed all three clubs. The relegation fight gives us are in it too. He's actually managed 4 of the clubs that are down there. He's managed so obviously he's West Ham manager at the moment. He's managed Forest, Spurs, and he actually managed Wolves as well, who are in there. So he's actually managed 4 clubs down there.
My, yeah, I didn't even think about it that way. He was the Wolves boss as well, old Nuno. Yeah. Get in Big Sam is the comment underneath that. Yeah. I don't think we should because he got Leeds relegated. They got him in.
That was his first relegation, though, wasn't it? In his career. To be honest, Leeds were down before they got him in.
That's true, but I don't know about Big Sam. I think we're doomed no matter who we get in.
Come and gone, to be honest.
Yeah, he is a bit come and gone. He is a little bit.
Yeah. But yeah, so it's interesting. But yeah, I'm gonna call it there. I think.
I think that's a good time to call it, mate. It's been a solid stream. It feels like it just started a second ago, but
Yeah.
it's been a good one.
You yawning is giving it away. So it looks like you're
Yeah, no, it's not the best thing, mate. Trust me. I've had a long day, mate. I've just been sat sort of here behind my desk, talking all day.
Yeah.
That's many meetings.
There's one more comment that's just come up. I'll just read that. Big Joe Trap, bid up for the comment. If you can subscribe and like the stream, that'd be much appreciated. And also,
appreciate it,
Spurs TV, his link is in the chat as well. That'd be much appreciated. Mick McCarthy. Trouble with him is he hasn't managed for a while. So I know Harry Redknapp hasn't either.
Yeah.
But he knows Tottenham and Mick McCarthy. I'm not convinced he's the man for the job. But I do appreciate the comment.
I'm not convinced either. Yeah.
Big
up, Milton. Thank you for the sub. I appreciate that, brother.
Yeah, so there's a couple more come through. I might just read these two there. I think I'm off, lads. Last word on Spurs is live. Have a good one. Oh, so you are you ditching us now for another stream? Okay, much appreciated that. Nah, I'm only joking. Thanks for tuning in, mate. Thanks for tuning in. And yeah, I did sub to
Big up to Milton. Thank you very much, mate. I'll try and get more content out for you, brother. Thank you for your sub. I appreciate it. Really appreciate it, mate.
Okay, cool. So anyway, thank you for everyone tuning in. Thank you definitely for coming on. And there's 1 second. There's a couple more comments. So
they're keeping coming.
Let me just read them quickly. Sorry. Catch you guys for your next live. 100% Milton's put. Yeah. Cheers, mate. And this one here. How often do you stream? Well, actually, I've started streaming. I'll probably do maybe 3 times a week, maybe. And me and Definitely will probably do some stuff together.
Yeah.
We're both quite new to this, so and Definitely, are you doing anything on your own or?
Whenever I feel like it, I'll go live, but I can't stick to a solid schedule at this moment. But yeah, if you sub to me, turn the notifications on, it will tell you when I'm live, and you can get me there. Definitely Spurs TV.
Anytime I give him a nudge, he'll be on. All right, so
exactly. Or WhatsApp me, exactly, mate. Perfect.
Cheers. Anyway, hopefully nothing else comes in, but yeah, it was a great stream, and yeah, thank you for everyone for tuning in. Brilliant live. Thanks for everyone that liked and subscribed if you did. Much appreciated for me and Definitely. And yeah, see you on another live. And it hurts me to say this. I'm trying to be positive, but hopefully we beat Liverpool on Sunday. It'd be massive if we do.
It would be. Hopefully we do that.
Come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you Spurs. Let's go.